Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Jasmy update. It's day number 948 of the bear market, and to be honest, it really doesn't feel too good, right? Obviously, I remain optimistic simply because I've got experience from the previous bear market, which was like the 2018 2019 bear market. It was really bad, and for the sake of reference, I would go ahead and show you the previous fractal that we were looking at with the Jasmy price. Take a look at this. This is Cardano, right? So from the top right there to the next all-time high right here, when the all-time high was broken, there was something like 1,161 days, and we are at 948 actually. So we are getting super close to that, right? And I want you to notice like how we take so long lying flat right here, and then when we start going to the upside, we just quickly, take steam right here, and then we continue to the upside, right? Another example that I would give is probably Ethereum right here. Take a look at this. We have seen this time and again. Actually, I have a video which I fully detailed my exit plan with Jasmy, basing them on this specific fractals right here. So from the previous high right here to the next all-time high, it also took something like 111, 110 days thereabout. And in the worst case scenario, if you remember from those fractals that we were talking about, I have a video which I will link actually somewhere right here. You can see this is IOTA. Really didn't have a bull run, but from this top right here to the next closer to the top area that we got, it took something like 1,220 bars. This probably here may actually be looking very small, but it's actually a 20x, and a 20x isn't really bad. By 20x on your returns, if your investment in Jasmy is $5,000 by the end of it, you would actually end up with something like 100,000, right? So that's not bad at all. But going back to the Jasmy price, why am I bringing up this structure right here? I want to show you that we have actually the same exact structure that we have on the Jasmy price, but it's just a fractal right here. So I was saying it's day number 948, and we have the same fractal as well. And these things, they actually turn out to be taking a long time before we start picking up steam right here. So fingers crossed, we have something like that happening in the worst case scenario at 20x on Jasmy. And in the best case scenario, what Ethereum did, the 2.618, that's even above $1 for Jasmy. So that's really good right here. So taking a look at it in the immediate short term, we are stuck in a range. We are stuck right here between resistance and support. You can see that we are right in the middle. And usually bad things happen right here. People get wrecked because honestly, like, you really don't know what to do. Are you going to buy here? Are you going to sell? So it's really like much more wise. Obviously, there's no financial advice, but I think I like to take action like on the extremes right here. If we're at the top right here, you'll be waiting for a break and close above that area, or you are looking for resistance, and then you can take action according to that. But where we are sitting right here is just in the middle of nowhere, but there's some optimistic things that we can actually point to right here. First of all, you can see that with this capitulation that we had right here, it was quickly bought up, and we continue to the upside. Although we haven't broken our main resistance, it's something like the minimum will be something like 0.004, all the way up to something like $0.0044 right here on Jasmy, and our support levels are starting at something like 0.0003 basically, all the way to something like 0.0027 thereabout, right? So these are support and resistance levels, and we are stuck in the range right now. But are there any optimistic signs to say that we are going to continue to the upside? The only thing that we can point to probably is the fact that we have like bullish divergence right here, where we can see that the RSI is continuing trending to the upside when we have something like at a lower low relative to the previous low that we have had right here. So that's bullish divergence indicating buying momentum. And if we take a closer look at the RSI, you remember we're pointing to these rejections that we have right around the 60 mark here on the RSI. And to be honest, these things have been respected time and again. Actually, you could have been making a lot of money just shorting each and every single time we get to the 60 mark here on the RSI. But we're also pointing out that we also get supported right around the 30, 35 actually, all the way down to something like 40 or something like that here on the RSI. So we can see we are having a bounce out of that region, and that's something that is actually optimistic. Although we are still looking at the single most important moving average here on the Jasmy price, which is the 50 daily moving average. You can see that we are still below that level. We have tried time and again to break and close above it, but the next candle has just been red. You can see the same story time and again, right? So but the thing with technical analysis is the more you test the resistance or the more you test the support is actually the more likely you are going to break it. So eventually I see that 50 daily moving average being broken, because it's so significant that if it rejects the price set, actually rejects it really big. I've gone on to show you some examples right here, which we are not going to get into today. Now, when we take a look at Jasmy in the medium to long term here, we are still monitoring the falling wedge, which is really, really bullish, and we can still say that this is still a back test of the breakout right here, and we will continue to the upside with price targets as follows: 4.5 cents right here, the minimum price target, and something like 11.9 cents thereabout, right? 10, 11 cents thereabouts. These are the price targets that I look forward to in the medium short term. That's something like maybe the end of this year, or even latest, something like the first quarter, maybe January, February, thereabout. To see Jasmy hitting something like 12 cents will be amazing. So that's pretty much it for me today. Obviously, none of what I say is financial advice. You shouldn't buy or sell anything because of anything otherwise. But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and if you could, please subscribe to the channel. See you on the next one. Take care. Bye.